Good afternoon, Elizabeth. It is Friday the 11th of June 2021, and by the time you've watched this video, I imagine you'll be done with your exams. So well done, you made it through. Good job. I'm going to elaborate on my thoughts from Wednesday, since that's what you requested in your video yesterday. Yeah, I just don't really have any desire to meet people who are famous. This has been the case even before 50% of UK YouTubers in 2010 turned out to be predatory. This is so bright. I can't. I guess the sense I have is, why would you want to meet someone who is a celebrity who you're a fan of? Like, why? So you can tell them that you appreciate their work, just buy their book or send them a letter. Like, what benefit does it confer on them to meet you in person? This is sounding really aggressive. It's not. It's more like my hypothetical thought process. They might get like a, oh, thank you feeling for about 10 seconds, and then it'll be like, I never existed, so what is the point? Also, like, it's just such a power imbalance. Like, you know so much more about them than they do about you, and that's creepy and probably comes across as quite weird. Nowadays, people are kind of expected to just be brands, but people aren't brands, people are people. Have you ever had a situation where people think that you're something that you're not, and it's uncomfortable? That must be what it's like for people who are famous, to meet people who think that they know them, but they don't. It's this parasocial interaction, isn't it? It can get very unhealthy. I assume you know what a parasocial relationship is because you study psychology, and I have merely just been on the internet for 15 years and discovered by attrition. But yeah, it ain't a vibe. I find it hard to articulate, but I'd rather just not interact with people who are famous than interact and have it be literally meaningless. And I don't think I would get anything out of it either. Like, would I feel better for having had a conversation with, I can't even think of someone. I wouldn't really know what to say. Like, I don't think I would feel better or fulfilled by meeting someone who has no idea who I am and doesn't care. Yeah, that's ultimately it. It's just meeting a stranger who you don't know. Why would people want to do that? Yikes. I guess I have a distinct level of, like, I do not engage with personalities of creators anymore. But again, as I said beforehand, I did not ever want to meet people. And I remember being like 15, and one of my friends was like, do you want to go to summer in the city? And I was like, no. And that's the best case scenario, right? Absolute best case scenario is that you meet a celebrity and they're like, okay, I guess you exist, and then they move on with their life. Anything else is worse, because if they don't acknowledge that they don't know you and move on with their life, then there's some toying with some bizarre power dynamics that isn't going to be good for anyone. Or you've probably had a restraining order filed against you, and that is bad. I guess the other reason you would want to meet someone is to ask a question about, like, something they've created. But, and you know I have thoughts of this for book club, I don't like the idea of asking creators questions about something that doesn't yet exist in a work of art. If it isn't in the work itself, then it's not real, it's not there, it's not canon, if you will. You know I could do a video on that which would last for hours, but I will stop. Well, you found a topic I can talk about even halfway through the year. I will hear from you tomorrow, and I'll speak to you on Sunday. Goodbye.